I think
it's
that's one
fun.
of the things that we're really missing is that social connection. And we actually had a little family poker thing via a Zoom last night, and very low stakes bill, 10, $20. But
Great.
people from across the country, and we celebrated one of my nephew's birthdays. And I think poker is a very social game.
Oh man.
Do you think the World Series is going to go off this year, or do you think it's going to be postponed? Or
Well, I asked them to wait 6, 8 days, 10 days, but unfortunately, the evidence that they may not have the World Series of Poker starting to mount. I thought as we saw chloroquine and remdesivir working, as we saw the mortality rate start to go down quite a bit, I thought that maybe, just maybe, by the end of May, the world be ready to congregate again. And so, unfortunately, I do think it's better safe than sorry, but better than safe than sorry. We also are considering the economic, unfortunately.
maybe we need to have the World Series of Poker in November. The November 9 comes back, but it'd be in real time. You call up your buddies and you tell them I want a spot. I want a free spot in the main event for that idea. Okay.
By the way, for your viewers, I'm looking up the pineapple game I play because there's just huge numbers playing on it, and it's just fun. It's like it's a puzzle,
So what's the name of it? It's called Pineapple?
Yeah, but there's a bunch of apps. So we're Pineapple 13 card poker. It pops up number 2 on the app. It looks like, let me just see if I can see who it's by. It's by Pineapple Games Limited.
Okay, so
Pineapple Games Limited, all the high stakes poker players. There's a ton of NBA players on there. A ton of really successful businessmen are playing this, and it's just kind of fun to move the cards. And and it's a shame that online poker is outlawed right now, because I think this would be a kind of nice way. I mean, I'm a little bit bored, and I know you are, because you're used to working 80 hours a week.
Well, I'm actually incredibly invigorated, Phil. I have found what I really can do with my time, and I want to finish with a couple quick questions. And then, first of all, I hope your family's all good and everybody's staying safe and healthy.
Listen, I kicked my son Philip out of the kitchen area about 2 weeks ago. I said, listen, over 2 weeks ago, I said, listen, because we were seeing the data about 4% back then, and my friends were all taking this seriously. They all raised the drawbridge at their mansions. I'm rolling my eyes, but I mean, I do think it's important. And so I told my son, it was a very unpopular decision 16 days ago when I canceled the Bachelor night. They were going to watch on a Thursday because we hadn't watched the show, the final. And I said, I'm canceling, because my son was still working, and and is still to this day working. I mean, because banking's essential. And and so he's been doing his job, and I'm proud of him. But at the same time, we kind of closed off the house, and now,
it's a challenge.
It's a little scary.
Well, it's a little scary for those of us who are a little bit older. We're not quite in the bad demographic, but I think the young people can get it, and there are obviously some examples of young people who have gotten it and had serious side effects, and I think even a couple of young people have died. But it's certainly the older population that has had to bear the brunt of this. I think, Phil, what we're going to find is we need this, and your positivity shared with the people in my network is going to be awesome. I hope we're not wrong in being optimistic, but even if we are wrong, I think a little optimism is important to spread these days.
Well, listen, you being optimistic does not ignore reality. There are times where optimism can ignore reality.
Right.
And I'm not saying that we should ignore what's happening in the world. Right. I'm saying that, a lot of the news as presented the first few weeks has gotten better and better and better. And then someone at home's watching this and saying, what do you mean we're having all these people die? Yesterday, I'm sure you saw the chart. Yesterday was the first time we had less cases reported than more cases in the U.S. for the first time.
Right.
And I think that has a lot to do with Americans doing a good job of social distancing.
I think